Hey guys, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I did send some stuff off to cargo, so that should be a little bit more of the inventory cleaned up a bit, at least of the bigger items. So I think we can head off. I'm not sure if our ships can handle these fights just yet, and I'm still not completely comfortable with ship combat, so we'll just explore these areas and then we'll scan the planets, and then we'll try and head off to our or try and find our home systems, and then we will see if we can get some sort of ship upgrades from there. Okay, plasteel. We'll get 7 of them. Rocky worlds, okay. Contracts, we need Xenotech and we need Promethium. I think we'll be coming back here just to take care of these ships as well later on, so I was struggling a bit with the previous ship combat, so I'll come back to these later when I've got a few more upgrades, but we'll scan this planet too. Ooh, okay, Monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Do I want to explore this foul stone? Ooh, you know what? I think we're not going to explore this planet or that point of interest just yet. Let's head off to the big universe so that we can warp travel and try to find all our other systems so that we can get access to Kiava Gamma, Dargonus and what have you. Okay, there's a route going down to here. Plasteel, okay, nice. The hovering over it tells us what's in that system and whether we've taken care of the points of interest. That's pretty cool. Provisions, adamantine. Plasteel, not explored? Really? Okay. Let's chart new routes anyway. Okay, Silence of Mer Segret, Orcelio Prophecy, Crossroads of 100 Dreams, Frozen Prince. I don't see Dargonus or Kiava Gamma. Forgotten Twins. Okay, that's a bit confusing, but we'll go here. Let's warp travel. Lord Captain, I bring dire news. A feud has broken out between the clans that maintain the Void Shield arrays. Rumor has it that the late Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks, and so one of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Void ship. That is you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun at the fringes of the compartments. The ship's enforcers are ready to eliminate the instigating clan or pacify the entire Void Shield crew. The decision is yours. Find the source of the rumors and punish those responsible. I don't want any unnecessary deaths. Destroy the rebellious clan and find a replacement among the neighboring crews. Pacify the entire Void Shield crew. Those who succumb to the provocations of the unruly are no less guilty. I have no desire to meddle in the affairs of the ancient Void Ship clans. Let them sort it out amongst themselves. Wow, I think we're going for the first one. I don't want unnecessary deaths. Lord Captain, as Seneschal Viserion would say, there are no innocents in such cases. The clans are endangering the entire Void ship, tussling over a strange and obviously false rumor. If you so desire, I will convey your wishes to the enforcers later, but right now the unrest must be stopped and the people return to their direct duties or replaced. My wishes, Voxmaster, are for the enforcers to sort out the situation before we forfeit the crew wholesale, investigate the rumors and find the real culprits, and no violence. Yeah. Don't know if that's the right choice or not, but oh well. I'll see to it, Lord Captain. Okay. Pulvis Platinum. Winter Scales Realm. Supply footfall with provisions from the agri-world Janus. This is an uncharted system. Okay, can we chart new routes? Mundus Nullius Muro Nameless Star. Okay. Orcelia Prophecy, Pillars of Viridice, Agathis Archides. Alright, I guess we're saving it here. And we don't know where the... Unless they're all in this one system. Lord Captain, according to the telemetry, the parameters of this system match those of Telecos Epsilon, home of the agri-world Janus that belongs to the Von Valancius dynasty. We have received a Vox message from the planet. The agri-world's governor officially welcomes the rogue trader and reports that she has begun preparations for a formal reception to celebrate the arrival of the planet's sovereign. Your subjects are looking forward to your visit. Okay, so since we're here, I guess we're exploring this. Scan these planets. Not explored. Gas giant. Well, let's save it here. Okay, object discovered. Okay, that's all. Radio. Alright. I'm not exactly sure where Kiava Gamma and Dargonus are, so obviously we need to do a bit more exploring and charting of new routes. Worlds with extreme environments produce the finest Astra Militarum regiments, or so I've heard. I'm merely repeating what some guards I happen to know have whispered into my credulous ears. Plasteel again. Seems to be a lot of plasteel. Alright, I guess we're making landfall or planetfall on Janus. So we have to scan it, okay. Governor Viat's estate. Yep, that's looks like the team we want. Stenzavite, a lavishly dressed noblewoman in an opulent silk gown, watches you with an expectant air, but then gracefully bows her head. Gem-encrusted implants protrude from her arms and neck. I welcome you on behalf of the noble house Viat Ab Aram. My name is Vistenza Janus Viat Ab Aram of Coronis. By the grace of the Emperor and the will of rogue trader Theodora von Valancius, I serve as planetary governor and imperial commander-in-chief of this world. And greetings to you, noble Versarian. It has been years since your last visit to Janus. I'm glad to see you again. It is a good sign when a rogue trader's seneschal does not visit a subject planet for a long time. Isn't that correct, Lady Vi? It means the governor is taking care of all matters and there is no need for the seneschal to interfere. Vistenza lets out a musical laugh. I hear praise in those words and I thank you for them. In truth, your arrival in the place of the esteemed Lady von Valancius is quite unexpected. Let's finish with the pleasantries, Governor Vi, and move on to the purpose of my visit. I hope my coming in Theodora's stead has not disappointed you too much. Not in the least, your lordship. On the contrary, I am delighted after all these years to once again welcome to my world.
For Janus! Don't you dare to cross us! Yeah!
Okay, well that's an interesting welcome. Starting to see a pattern of sorts. Get to Footfall. Get ambushed. Come to Janus. Ambushed. Okay. Stooge. Oh, we got 3 AP this time. 3 AP. That's quite interesting. Okay. Take out this servant first. Perfect. Actually, we get to all move first, other than Pascal. That's pretty good, actually. Okay. Alright. Shoot that guy. Okay. Now let's put Cassia over here.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Maybe I should have done this first.
If I may. I'm not a cousin. Another foe painted black.
Nice. Okay. Rear. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it like that. Okay. Front line. Let's give Stooge another turn. This one only 2 AP. This guy is that one there. Okay, cool. That's fine. So we'll take this guy. We'll try to take this guy out first then. Oh, really? 3? Okay, that guy dies. Jay can. Okay, she can not hit him. Voice of command. Probably should have done that on Stooge first. Well, that looks like it. Okay. Abelard can do endure. We'll get this guy. Okay. What happened there? More guys come out. Alright, more guys come out. That's fine. Charge him. I do like the sound the Thunder Hammer makes. Sworn enemy. Grenadier rebel, diversionist rebel, ripper rebel. Okay, that's not so great. Did seem the ambush was a bit easy to deal with, so now I know. Now we know why. Okay, nice. Can hit. Okay, we can hit a bunch of stuff. We'll go with that. What? Run and gun, and we'll do it again. Okay. Of course. Well, at least that did more damage to the enemies. Stun grenade. Ripper rebels charging in. Okay, that's not cool.
High momentum.
Okay, Stooge can go here. Dispatch. Okay. Perfect spot. I think I want to take care of... Well, let's take care of this guy. Opening, so... Works. Let's... It's on the other side now. Okay, let's use... Aim for the opening again. This should eliminate it. Right. Exploits on this, the closest guy to us. And that should be fine. Oh no, my Gent is getting absolutely smoked at the moment. That was good, that was a miss. Okay. This should surely get 4. Let's do that. Trap. Trap there. Guy that's almost dead, we'll make him pray, and then we'll duck into full cover. Nice. This could end up being quite good for, yeah, for Cassia. Let's do it like that. Alright. There's no cover there.
Step
Try and
aside.
hit as many
The
people with
navigator
this
is
as
coming.
possible. This will do. Use. What we'll use is minus hour. Okay. Yep. See you later. See you later. See you later too. Don't want your grenades. And try and take this guy out. Not quite. That's fine. We'll reload. Do we have any more moves? No, but we can death spell. So that should be see you later to this guy too. Perfect. We're almost back to 175 momentum. Who do I want to give? Let's give it to
Isn't this a job for
Argenta.
the serfs?
Okay. Can't see anything. Let's try that.
Me? If you insist,
Okay,
Lord
that guy
Captain.
gets pulled forward. Should be alright. We'll do rear here. And I think that's it. Let's run into full cover with Jay. Who's left? Sharpshooter, Ripper, Diversionist, Sharpshooter. Okay. No Grenadiers. That's good. Abelard? Yeah.
Don't get too cocky.
Abelard. Hmm? That might be a kill. Kill now.
High momentum.
Back onto the road now. Do I want to do this? I want to use it on. What? Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there, but alright. That thing. What's that? Gentle. Just want to go behind the barrels. That's usually not a good idea. We
God,
go
Emperor,
here,
move through me.
cover there.
Be the fire in my heart.
and let's do this.
Doubt is for the weak.
That's it. Reload though, and that's fine. Okay. Can I hit the sniper? No, I can't, so I'm gonna have to move in here, I suppose. Let's do perfect spot here. Right. Good done, surely. Yes. Good. Okay. It's done. Good damage some. Put exploits up too. Or anyway. I've already got 3. I was done. Forgot about my look at my AP again. Damage is decent though. Can't complain about that. Oh, Cassia. Now, how do I want to do this? Okay. Let's go here. Let's drop the trap there. Plasma overcharge. Deals plus 75% extra damage and overheats plasma weapon. Overheat plasma weapon. Not hit.
My vow is to serve.
Oh, yeah, rightio, fair enough. Wasn't quite sure what
Running
was going on.
binaric override.
Okay, got the joint analysis before. Done it now. Let's move on. Okay, let's see if we can drag them both.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Just that one guy. At that time, we got a boat. Okay. How do we want to do this. The yeah, know what? His finest hour on. Oh, whoops! I was meant to do it on Stooge 9. Oh well, that's hey, mate.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Faith without Jeeves is
I
worthless.
We got one of them.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
70%? Missed them all? Really? Come on, dude. Front line. No line of sight. Right, fair enough. You got line of sight now?
How about no?
No? Really? Well then, let's just charge forward, I suppose. Fine. And then we'll drop the kill zone
Tell me,
stratagem.
and it is done.
Pistol burst or toxic burst? Let's try the toxic burst.
Don't get too cocky.
That was quite good, actually. Oh, right. That was the splinter pistol. I get it. I see. I was a bit confused as to what weapon that was, but I get it now. Cassia can't reach. Alright, let's do... Only one guy left, so let's use Pascal. Okay, you can... Honey, trap it.
Request approved.
That's odd. You can shoot. No, can't. Joint analysis then. And turn. That'll be a turn.
My place
Let's
is
see
at the
if
fort.
Abelard can charge.
At your beck and call.
And
Victory
charge
is
in.
imminent.
Nice. You not get a free hit? Jeez, okay, well, there it is. Fight off the forces attacking state. Visit the governor. Your lordship, Emperor, preserve us. Are you alright? Do not fret, layperson. We have grown used to outrageous slovenliness among the waters of every world we visit. Yikes. Pascal's vox, quiet at first, is booming with fury by the end of his remark. Pale greyness is strangling this peasant like a noose. His words are laden with fear for our well-being, and yet he fears for his own even more. I'm fine, I can't say the same for the attackers. Praise the throne. If you would please follow me, I will personally escort you to the governor, where you will have the protection of walls and water. Fine, lead on. Upon seeing you, the guard at the door lets out a frightened yell and doubles over into a bow. Your lordship, the most honourable Stooge von Valancius, the governor is awaiting you in her office where she's protected by walls and guards. Would you prefer to meet with her alone or with your entourage? My entourage will accompany my meeting with the governor. Vistenza Janus via Aram of Coronis is furiously swiping at a data slate, issuing commands into a gilded vox. Upon seeing you, she hurriedly puts away her devices, smooths her skirt, and drops into a deep curtsy. Your lordship, accept my abject apologies for the reprehensible stunt that spoiled the reception. Even in my worst nightmares, I could never have imagined can stop apologizing, Vistenza. I'm not offended. Thank you, your lordship. Believe me, I'm infinitely sorry that the troubles of Janus have reached us even here, the most protected place on Janus. The companion standing next to Vistenza respectfully bows her head. She is doggedly trying not to turn her head toward you, but it is obvious she is watching you through her lowered lashes. One of your wardens helped us in battle. Superb shot. Who was it? You must be referring to Iliad, our chief ally in the struggle against the rebels. I've turned a blind eye to her horrific mutation, given the undoubted advantages she brings. You see, Iliad comes from the local degenerate stock of this world and knows Janus like the back of her hand, so she has provided several leads as to where we can find bases and secret storehouses. Although I admit that at times I am tempted to send her away from the estate, her unnaturalness means that speaking with her always leaves me feeling uneasy. Such a gaunt, unfeminine figure and so tall. Gauntness of frame and tall stature are features common even among Voidborn, my dear governor. That does not make them mutants. And pray, whatever did you find so disagreeable about Iliad's appearance? Vistenza cringes from the memories, the strange movements, the strange looks, the abnormally large eyes on an unnaturally distorted face, the pointed ears. Do I have news for you, Shireen, but it is for ye or ears only. I will tell you when we meet our mysterious new ally. If you wish to speak to Iliad, you'll find her outside in the orangery, most likely by the gazebo. She prefers to keep her distance from others. What's happening on the planet? Several months ago, uprisings broke out on Janus. I was not even notified at first. Griping worms are for wardens to worry about. Alas, I only learned of what was happening after the miscreants began targeting noble families. And then it became apparent that what the Administratum's accounts had referred to as unrest were in fact organized attacks on infrastructure and society leaders. They have already brought 13 agri-complexes to a halt and have now moved on to assassination attempt. My wardens are doggedly tracking down the rebels, but their leaders are slipping from our grasp yet again. Can Janus fulfill its foodstuff supplies under current conditions? I risk angering you, your lordship, but this is nothing compared to shamelessly deceiving you. Let us consider the situation dispassionately. Even the most talented logistics experts of the Administratum are unable to guarantee stable tides when shuttles are wary of landing at the spaceport, and the terrified peasants are indulging a dangerous minority within their ranks. Until the usual order of things is restored on Janus, any trade is nigh impossible. Considering what has occurred, your visit is a true blessing. You see, Janus does not have its own fleet. We could organize a planet-wide search if we had ships at our disposal, ships like yours, your lordship. Perhaps you will find a way to support your subjects in their hour of need. I'm sure even approximate coordinates would be sufficient to have the ground forces and ship's crew work together to hunt down the enemy. I'm not interested in your excuses. Not really helpful. You want me to go off and catch some rebels for you? Maybe. But that's a bit too confrontational, I think. I promise you, Governor, I will hunt down the seeds of rebellion and heresy on your planet and burn them to the ash. I will get to the bottom of this. I'm sure the rebels will have something to say to the master of their world. Okay. You're not... Okay, that's... Let's go with number 3. Concern appears in Vistenza's eyes. The resolve and valor of the von Valancius dynasty knows no bounds. I am immeasurably thankful for your help. Not sure what this concern is meaning. Is she not so loyal? If any of those who attacked the estate had survived, then perhaps they could have been a valuable source of information, but you made an example of them for the rest of the foolish rabble. Incidentally, I did overhear the wardens talking about some kind of stranger in the area. Besides that, we still do not know who let these reprobates into the estate. The person who did it might also know something. Gather more information about the rebels. Okay. I, as well as my retinue, are at your service. My secretary is checking the staff as we speak and removing all traces of the attack from the estate. An esteemed Magos, who is responsible for agronomic efforts on the planet, is also here. He happened to be visiting this week to deliver his personal report. And of course there is my aide in the war against the rebels, Iliad. I've no doubt she will be delighted to share her knowledge of Janus with your lordship. Footfall is on the verge of starvation. Can Janus supply the people there with provisions? I'm gonna guess they can't until the rebel situation is sorted. Yes and no, your lordship. If the question is, can such an expansive and fertile world as this one feed a few thousand void rats? Of course it can. We lose more provisions to gnawing pests every cycle than those on Footfall could eat in their entire lives. But can we ship said provisions to Footfall? Not a chance. Any cargo shuttle that leaves the surface will be a target for attack. The rebels will not hesitate to bring it down, sending flaming debris over the capital. Our silos could become targets for sabotage, food could be poisoned or mined. The logistics of transporting supplies to Footfall will only be possible once the uprising has been completely crushed. Makes sense? It really is embarrassing to admit that even Vladimir, may agitate that man, is better at doing his job as Liege of Footfall than Lady Vi is at keeping her world in check. Tell me about Janus. Janus is a remarkable world, both in terms of its vast potential and in terms of the work that was carried out to transform it into an agri-world. House Viat has ruled on Janus for many generations, and each new governor has without fail contributed to the planet's taming. This world was once a wild planet, full of xenobeasts and utterly unsuitable for growing anything. To this day, despite our efforts, Janus regularly rebels against us. Earthquakes, tsunamis, the emergence of new pests and weeds that invade the arable land. Sometimes I cannot help but think that this world is endowed with consciousness. The consciousness of a capricious and stubborn child who likes to spoil everything that we have achieved. What do you grow on Janus? Mainly helican, flint corn and red turnip. Apart from that, in the southern hemisphere we have set aside vast tracts of land for the Grok's population. And of course I cannot fail to mention the several thousand acres of tilled land given over to cultivating fermentable fruit for personal use and limited export. Even for an agri-world in the back of Beyond, this place is a real dump. What do you all do here for fun when you're... Yeah, that sounds like a weird question to ask in the current situation, so let's not do that. Nod toward her companion. Who is this person standing next to you? One of my ladies in waiting, Amelia. Amelia performs secretarial duties and helps me to remain in constant contact with those families who are most responsible for the productivity and prosperity of Janus. I trust my advisors implicitly, and over time Amelia has become not merely a faithful companion but almost my shadow. Losing her would be like losing my right hand. Vistenza laughs and gives Amelia an encouraging nod. Amelia drops into a low curtsy. To bathe in the light of your greatness is a true honor, rogue trader. I must take my leave. Okay. Well, that's very interesting and slightly disturbing.
Oh, don't you trust me?
So, there's nothing else here. Stenzavite stays in a room. We can't get in there unless, I guess, unless she invites us. So... Okay, so I guess the first thing to do is... There's some loot over there. Is that where we fought? Not entirely sure.
Knowledge is eternal.
Okay, what's happening there? Oh, okay, something is blocking line of sight. I guess this building from this angle. Okay, there's some goods here. Melee weaponry, range weaponry. Okay. Security officer.
Light of terror,
What is up here?
guide our way.
These plants and lights look cool. Doesn't look like anything up here. Okay.
The light of terror shines for us.
Nothing around this side either. Alright. Actually, should probably go around this way.
Looking for a hidden cache?
Did we just find something? Sure, there's goods here. Mechanicus creations and ship components, okay. Loot and... okay, goods. Save it here. Med kit, Mechanicus creations and fuel, okay. Vinzelex. Draped in a red cloak, the Magos's body barely looks human. Wires, tubes, and metal manipulators turn him into a whimsical machine while implants hide his face behind a sinister mask. The tech priest intermittently dictates something in technolingua to the servo skull floating next to him, but at your approach he falls silent and offers a reserved bow. Greetings, your lordship. Lex Mechanic Vinzelex, how may I serve you? Pascal and the Lex Mechanic exchange trills of binaric greetings. The series of sounds issued by Vinzelex sounds much longer and more deferential than those of Pascal. What do you do here on Janus? By the order of the Adeptus Mechanicus, I have been entrusted with the management of the Adeptus Administratum in order to catalogue agronomic data and analyze information about the planet during the process of subjugating it to the will of the Imperium. Be blessed, Tech Brother. Your diligence and the diligence of those like you turns anarchy into order and bestows classification to knowledge. One of Pascal's mechadendrites lightly touches the Lex Mechanic's body. Tech Priest bows respectfully in return, clearly a little startled. Tell me about Janus. Initializing report. The planet's soil possesses a unique composition suitable for the re-engineering of the planet and the mass production of foodstuffs. Significant cultivation of the Eastern Hemisphere with the aim of improving production processes and logistics operations. Traces of xeno activity that do not pose an immediate threat to ongoing operations. Undesirable pathologies of flora and fauna have been noted which may pose a threat in the short term. What pathologies in the flora and fauna? Genetic and chemical pathologies, your lordship. Harmless species mutate and become aggressive, while plants change their chemical composition and become poisonous. This is happening more and more often, and if you do not take action, the ecosystem of the world will be irreparably disrupted. That doesn't sound good at all. The changes may be artificial. Has the possibility been considered that someone is manipulating the ecosystem to reduce our living space? Not at all, Venerable Magos. Our tech comrades from the Magos biologists are humble workers, not warriors. They could not have come up with a thought of such a militant nature. The mind must be open to all forms of knowledge. I order you to commence a check. In the event that your account of the indolence of their minds is confirmed, I will petition for the appropriate penance. How is the governor dealing with undesirable pathologies? I have analyzed the genome of the affected species and I am currently developing suppressor genes to make the planet's organisms resistant to pathology. But so far I have not been able to solve the problem. Further exploration of the planet would perhaps speed up those processes, but the administrative apparatus has imposed a ban on expeditions that are not directly aimed at improving production. Traces of xeno activity? According to data obtained during the initial survey, ruined structures of non-human origin were noted in different sectors of the planet, but I did not have the administrative capacity to study them in more detail. For now, I must defer the quest for knowledge. The Lex mechanic speaks the last words with distinct envy, his eyes fixed on Magos Hanuman. Fair enough. The guy's inquisitive and wants to learn more. I guess he would be jealous because Pascal gets to run around with the rogue trader. How many servants of the Adeptus Mechanicus are there on the planet? According to the data stored in my cogitator, all infrastructure nodes for food harvesting and processing have their own contingent of technomats. The total number amounts to 253. Correction. Based on the latest data, the figure is 211 units. How are things with you and your fellows? The current situation on the planet is assessed as stable. The progress of the prospects is assessed as encouraging. Alright, talk later. Okay. Now, what's down here? Elliot is down here. Okay, that's kind of who I really wanted to talk to.
Iliad Lenevis greets you, Elantark.
The bizarre creature before you only vaguely resembles a typical human. An elongated body, slender limbs, pointed features. Every aspect of its appearance is unnatural and alien. The creature turns its head to you. Okay?
Would you look at this? Xenos. Oh, she devoured them, mingling with humans. Don't your lot think themselves above that? Anyway, it doesn't change the fact that it's a Xenos that's been cozying up to Viet, not a mutant.
There is fear in your words. You know what I am, and so I may no longer follow the shadowed path and must be direct.
Eldar.
My soul is nothing kin to yours. Your kind call us Xenos, as if we are all as one. I came here to protect the Lilithon by assisting the governor against her enemies. Will you hear me, or be blinded to sense by your precepts?
We don't want her to leave. That's a bit too weird. Still a bit confrontational. To be honest, the only part I understood was that you have no desire to fight. That is one thing we have in common.
I have banished the shadow of doubt from your thoughts regarding my nature. Now you will answer my question. Why have you sought me out?
So you're the governor's mysterious helper?
I am Elantark. My hand parried the death promised to the ruler of these people, and I aided you in battle against the Lost Ones.
Why are you helping the governor?
This world is in distress. I wish to protect it from unnecessary suffering.
What do you know about the rank and file rebels?
Only that they threaten the established order. There is much risk to this world should the ruler die.
Elliot's face is unreadable, but you detect a strange tension in her voice, as though she is choosing her words carefully. Why do you call me Elantark?
Because that is what you are. Elantark means stranger from the darkness amidst the stars. You descended on flame-winged machines in a dark time when the air of the planet is soaked in blood and pain. Will you be the one to bring peace to the Lilithon?
Do you know who is behind the uprisings on the planet?
There is a malevolence here that drives your kin down the path of violence.
How did you come to be on Janus?
The world you call Janus was once created by the will of my kin. I have far more right to be on the Lilithon than any of you.
Okay, it's called Janus. At least, yeah, it seems like that's what it's called. Although I guess the Eldar call it Lilithan. Good to know. I spoke to the Magos in charge of operations on the planet. He says something's gone wrong with this world. There are spontaneous mutations, animal attacks. Maybe you have something to say about that?
The Lilithan is expressing her wrath. For centuries, this world has resisted the brutality inflicted upon it by soulless machines and unmindful creatures. But what the machine man told you, that is something else. Something more frightening. The planet is fighting an evil that has taken root in its very cradle.
Okay, I guess... Cult of the Final Dawn again? Your answers are not particularly helpful.
But you are not asking for help, Elantark. You are merely asking questions, the answers to which are either unimportant or wreathed in shadow. Explore this place. Speak to those who know. A simple task for you, and an insurmountable challenge for me, since my very appearance provokes fear and suspicion. When you learn anything, tell me. Perhaps then my answers will be helpful to your search.
If you want, you can join me. None of the locals will dare to look askance at you in the rogue trader's presence.
So be it. I will go with you. I am ready, Elantark. Let us go forth.
Iliot is a Xenos, one of the Asuriani. She's a ranger who follows the path of the outcast, and her skills in ranged combat are without equal. Iliot does not use human weapons and can wear either Eldari armor or, if she learns the required feature, Drukhari armor. Iliot's unique ability instantly ends her turn. However, at the start of her next turn, she'll make an attack that always hits its target. Okay, that's interesting. So, who do we drop? I guess if we're gonna drop Iliot, if we're gonna bring Iliot, we'd have to drop Argenta. Argenta is our demolitions, though, so yeah, Iliot has to come with us. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, let's save it here. We've got Iliot on our side now. How long's this video? Yeah, okay. I think because this video has gone on for a little while, we've made progress to reach Janus. That's going to be tricky to say properly. It's going to be a few slips of the tongue, I think, with that name, but oh well. And I think in the next episode is when we'll take a look at Iliot's build and her skills. I was going to level up to end the video, but then I think it's better to do that in the next video so that we can fully explore her talents, her racial and archetype skills or talents. Everyone seems to have their own set of skills, at least for the companions, and unique skills, so it's going to be quite interesting, I think, to see what Iliot's are. But yeah, so thanks for joining me for this episode. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.